It's just me and you for now. Megan was supposed to be here today, but shit happens. She's a woman. What can you do? I don't know. Maybe she lost her purse. No, actually, I think she's had.
She doesn't strike me as a purse carrier.
No,
backpack maybe.
Yeah, well, fanny pack. I can see her wearing a fanny pack.
I can see a fanny pack.
Yeah. But, well, I guess before we get started, we got our first official sponsor. It's not really paid for, but we get free shit from them. So, Cool Vibes, Vapes, and More here in Lawton. They're giving us providing us with our mixer drinks. Yay. Here and whatnot, and we get a variety of flavors from them. So there's always that, and they're nice to look at whenever you go in there if you want something to drink.
Right.
So Megan's one of them.
It's like that comment that I got on my share today. It's like the Hooters of
going
coffee
there's
shops.
like going there for coffee is like going to Hooters for wings.
Yeah,
I saw that. I was actually sitting up there talking to Megan, and she's the one that saw it, and I was like, I mean, it's fair.
It's fair. It's true.
It's pretty fair.
I mean, there is a place in Vegas, an underwear models wearing underwear, serving you coffee type place. It's like Brews and Bras or something like that in Vegas.
Man, there's a donut shop in Maine that it's a topless donut shop. And my buddy Alex is from Maine, and every time he goes, he sends me pictures. I'm like, motherfucker, every time you go, you're supposed to tell me so that I can go with you.
Right.
It's like, I've been adopted into your family just like you've been adopted into mine, so I know Mom and Dad's not going to give a fuck if I show up with you.
Right.
They're just going to be like, great, now we got 2 drunk idiots. We got to fucking make sure don't go to jail. Wonderful. And they're going to be like, hi, how you guys doing?
All right, well.
We'll start it with the Tinky. JP said he'd probably be here a little after 9, so Ace is maybe going away for the evening. Oh. We still have the Natterjack, don't we?
There's a little bit of it, yeah.
Because I think that'll be good to go in the... Well, not think, we know it is. We've tried it already.
We didn't do shit. Nope, didn't do shit.
Who didn't do shit? I didn't do shit. Wasn't me. Bring the salt.
Bring the salt. No, not tonight.
The fuck's he talking about? The salt? Oh, they're smelling
salts.
Well,
I mean,
we just have to bring them and leave it here.
It's not going in the fridge.
Doesn't need to.
I don't want that thing to bust open and smell like that.
Right. So, just for all of our dear repeat degenerates, because I know there's at least like 12 of y'all, and then the cult in London and Belgium. We are going to start having a regular female host. She has joined the Saloon Scuffle crew. It is Megan, a.k.a. Spaz. So, keep an ear and a listen out, and she's definitely going to be one of the reasons we do more videos, because we know you're all perverts just like we are. And
she's okay with that.
She's pretty nice to look at, and she don't mind. So, yeah, that's kind of the news that's going on with the show.
We got some big stuff coming up, too.
Hopefully, yeah. There's a lot of irons in the fire, that's for sure. We got some stuff that's hopefully in the works with Matt at My Peacock that we're waiting to hear back on. Maybe seeing about doing the thing at Harley.
Right. Yeah, that'd be really good if we can get that going.
Yeah, and then I'm going to be out at the gym. Hopefully we'll be doing 2 things on the same day. Kind of splitting our forces between events, which would be cool. We got more tools to make us more alcoholics. We got the Kraken 2.0 that I just tried for the first time, and I will say I like it, but like I told you before we started recording, I just don't like that it slows down how fast I can shotgun a beer.
Yeah.
I know how fast I can shotgun a beer, and that probably almost triples the time that I can shotgun
that you
a beer.
Can do it in, yeah. Well, I could see. I mean, it can only be so big. I could see where they did their R&D. The concept of having one with a hole the size that you would need that doesn't restrict airflow. It could be a safety factor. We can't have people drowning while they're trying to shotgun their beer.
I almost want to do a comparison with one. Mm-hmm. Probably not tonight. Maybe next time we all get together, like just outside actually doing the podcast. Might actually do a comparison to it do one with it, and then do one without it,
right?
And see how much faster I am, or if I'm faster with it than I am without it.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the mess is going to be.
Yeah, we'll do that one outside.
Yeah. Well, and even still, I used to shotgun beers so much that I used to get. I got to where I could fucking open it with my thumb and almost never make a mess.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, I had a crack nail for a thumb for that reason. I just, this is what it was for. I mean, I was going to parties every fucking day, and that's what I was doing. So, you calm down, you fucking hooligans back there.
Right.
Sons of
hooligans
bitches.
are out.
And it's you guys got school tomorrow or some shit. Fucking knock it off.
Thursday.
Oh. Last day of being shitbags. It's fair. I respect it. I used to do the same thing.
Yeah, we did too.
So, before I forget, so we've talked about the Jason Aldean song,
right?
Kinda. We touched on it.
Yeah.
And none of us, granted we're all, fucking privileged white people, even though we're broke, and cops look at us every time we leave the house.
True.
But we didn't, I didn't hear anything wrong with it. Everybody was talking about, a sundown town lyric. I read the lyrics. It's not in there.
No, it's not.
Like, you're grasping for fucking straws. You're just making up lyrics that aren't there.
I read the lyrics as well, and I watched the lyrics scroll as I was listening to the song and watching the video.
Yeah. I mean, I could see where if that's what you heard, like if that's what somebody told you that lyric was, it could be that whole fucking Mandela effect bullshit where that's what you hear. I can see that.
Yeah.
But it's not there.
No,
it's not there. It's not in it at all. But they're trying. It's funny because they had the exact opposite effect of trying to cancel Jason Aldean, and then they just fucking skyrocket his song to the top of all of the charts. And I think it's funny because...
And there's still some charts where it's still at the top of the charts.
And it's, none of it... He's always been he's been a big country star for fucking how long now?
Right.
And he's had quite a few #1 songs. It's not like it's a new thing. But they know that now they're trying to cancel him for a misunderstood lyric. But you've got people like, and this is not a dig at Tom McDonald. I love Tom McDonald, and he's a very controversial rapper.
Yeah.
White guy fucking talks shit about everything that he thinks is fucking wrong. He says it, and I love it. I love his music.
Right.
And the American Flag song, that was by Tom McDonald and Adam Calhoun. Love it. We're going to do a fucking little skit about it, hopefully soon. But you can't cancel him. He's self-made.
Right.
He doesn't have a record label. They
It's
film
all his
everything.
own man.
His girlfriend films it. His brother-in-law or fucking brother does the camera lighting and moves shit around for him. It's like, you can do whatever you want, but he's still going to make the same amount of money because he's been doing it all himself. It's like us doing this. The only difference is he has talent.
Right. Well,
that's a big difference.
There are still, even if there are some platforms out there that would cancel his videos and his music, there are still platforms out there that are going to play it.
100%. Like YouTube. I mean, YouTube's never going to take his shit down. I'd guarantee it. If they were going to, they would have already. Like, it would have already happened.
Damn.
But then you got the shit that's going on with Lizzo.
Mm-hmm.
And I know we had talked just a touch before we started recording. You hadn't heard anything about that.
Yeah, I hadn't heard it yet.
She's getting all kinds of shit from her backup dancers, like sexual assault charges and everything like that, where she was forcing people to eat bananas out of their vaginas.
Whoa, wait a minute.
And like fat shaming them and shit like that. It's like, first off, for Lizzo to fat shame anybody.
Right.
How?
What?
And then I saw something where somebody had said that she should have been, the new Barbie. It's like,
no.
She would be all of the Barbies.
All of them combined. Yeah.
Or they were all combined and she ate them.
Right.
And then that's...
Right.
And then that's where that is.
But some of that I can see happening, not a forced thing, but if you're having a party and you're drinking and there's other things involved and other influential stuff involved and somebody says, hey, I could do this, well, do it.
Right. But apparently
it gets misconstrued.
It was a common thing. Like, it happened more than once to more than one person.
Huh.
And with recordings of people audibly going, no, not fucking doing that.
Right.
Like, crazy bitch. Not a fucking thing. Don't get me wrong. I understand your standpoint on that. I've been to some crazy fucking parties. I've been to BDSM parties. I've been to all that shit. People are like, you know what? I wouldn't mind having a fucking Coke bottle in my ass. It's like, okay, somebody's going to do it for you.
Right. Right.
but there's a level of consent there.
And you look at some of the bike parties we've been to, the biker parties, and especially the larger club parties. I mean, oh my God.
Yeah, an hour in, there's fucking 30 chicks that are butt-ass naked. And I'm okay with it. And luckily they are too.
Right. Right.
I mean, goddamn. As a straight man, I've seen so many naked men from just these random fucking parties that I've been to.
A whole lot more than I ever envisioned I would see.
I never thought I would see that many naked people, naked men in my life. But it's a thing that's happened, and you just accept it.
Right.
Now it's just...
And most of them, you look at it and go, oh, God, man, I did not want to see that.
Right. But then you go on about your business, and then 20 minutes later, you're probably sitting at the bar talking to a naked dude.
Right.
And it just doesn't faze you after so long. Eventually, it's just everybody's naked.
No pants arm wrestling.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
I mean, that's been a thing. But I'm one of those people, I like being naked. I don't like clothes. Clothes are hot.
Right, yeah.
I don't like...
My dad was the same way.
If I could be naked all the time, I would. But, and for the most part, I do, unless my kids are around. Especially if I'm at home. If I'm at home and my kids aren't home, if you show up, well, be prepared to see dick.
You get what you get.
Because, especially, come into my house at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm asleep, but my house is fucking empty except for me. There ain't no need for me to have no pants on.
Right.
I wipe my ass and I shower. I'm not getting shit stains all over my couch. I don't fucking care.
Right.
Who gives a fuck? It's my house. It's my couch. It's my chair.
Show up at 3 in the morning after a bar night. There's no telling what you're going to see if you have to go in there for whatever reason. Like you lose your keys and have to stop and pick up the extra set.
Well, things happen from time to time.
I mean,
but there's also times that it's been warranted. There was another person that was there and just so happened to show up in the middle of an awkward time.
Well, yeah, there was that time too.
But no, I don't understand cancel culture.
Yeah, I don't either.
If you don't like it, don't fucking listen to it.
Right.
Don't watch it.
Don't watch it. Don't pay attention. Don't pay for it.
And that's not a blanket statement. That is not a blanket statement by any means. We've had the talk already in the 23 episodes that this will be about pedophiles. I don't like pedophiles. I ain't going to turn my back on that.
Nope.
That's something that I will stop. That is a problem. That is an issue.
Yeah.
They're not maps. They're fucking pedophiles.
Right.
That is not a blanket. So, again, that's not a blanket statement that if you don't like it, just ignore it.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm saying. But if you don't like a fucking song, don't listen to the goddamn song.
Yeah, don't pay for it.
If you don't like a movie, don't watch the fucking movie.
And if you pay for it and then you don't like it, either demand your money back or just suck it up, buttercup, and move the fuck on.
Yeah, oh my God, I paid $4 for my iTunes subscription this month, and I didn't like 4 of the 600 songs I listened to this week.
Right.
Well, go fuck yourself.
Basically.
The percentage of success is high greater than the ones of failure than what you listen to.
Yeah, I don't agree with the cancel culture either. It's just that concept that I wish more people would just suck it up and move on, leave it alone, not have to mess with it. Just if you don't like it, don't participate. Don't do it.
It is.
That's what we tell people about our show. If you don't like it, you don't have to listen.
Yeah. But I hope that you do listen when you don't like it, and then you get the balls to talk shit. Because that's just going to give us another episode. You're just going to fuel the fire.
We've been waiting on some of that kind of mail so we could just dedicate an episode every once in a while, just a whole episode to just dealing with that kind of mail. Right.
We got one on the video of Megan yesterday that I posted.
Oh, yeah?
The one of her at the... Because I didn't pretense it with anything. And then I get the video just looks like I'm a creepy guy at the fucking bar, videotaping a big ass fucking in booty shorts just walking around. Right. But it was only one person. I mean, there was one guy who was like, it looks like 2 big fucking things of cottage cheese, and I really wanted to be like, who doesn't love cottage cheese, motherfucker? It's like, you're trying to tell me that you wouldn't let her sit on your face if she was offering? Because you're fucking wrong.
You're wrong, right?
And then, but there was one, and it was a woman, and all she said was, "Why did you post this?" And you could tell that she had that fucking Karen tone in the comment. And I was just like, well, she's part of our show. She knew about it. Partially her idea.
Right.
So that's why. So I got another little short that I'm going to put out to be like, for everybody that watched it and didn't say anything, that thought this was just a creeper video, she's part of our show. She's right here. She knew about it.
That's our new co-host.
Yeah. It's like I showed her the video before I posted it. So,
We technically got permission to do that.
Yeah. Oh, man. Nope, I don't need a beer yet.
All right. I do. You got one warming up there for you.
Nice.
Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah, because I'll do another. I'll at least shotgun one more while we're recording. But yeah, that was. I mean, it got a lot of views real fast.
Yeah, it did. I noticed they got some views. I mean, even the one that I shared got some views. I was like, wow,
Yeah.
Holy crap. I'm going to start doing that more often. We're just going to become this age's bar Hugh Hefner.
I mean, and that's one of the things that me and Megan had talked about before she said she wanted to actually come on the show, is that even her words were sex sells. It's like, yeah, no, we made the joke about firing aces and just getting a bikini girl. It's like, now we don't have to fire aces, we can still get a bikini girl.
Right.
Like, works out. Granted, I made that joke about JP too. I was like I mean, I could just fire you, then I'm down a leprechaun. Like, it's whatever. I can go find a dwarf. I can put up with it for a couple hours a week, I bet.
Right.
So just to make it funny.
And then they would have no say at all, period, because they're not a partner.
Right. And they're not tall enough to reach the mic.
Not tall enough to reach the mic. We'll have to set up a new mic. You know, one of those little pedestals, those half-tall pedestals from Hobby Lobby.
Right. That'd be good times. Yeah. But, no, I clarified it a little bit. So. Oh, man. Whew. Now I just got a Snapchat of these little, like, mini burgers, and they look fucking delicious.
Yeah, we did the bag of burgers from Brahms for dinner this time.
There ain't nothing wrong with a bag of burgers.
No, just down a couple little cheeseburgers and poof, there you go.
I always like to do the the bag of biscuits or whatever, like the sausage biscuits.
Oh, yeah,
like whenever I worked at Midas.
Yeah.
Just like I'd swing by there, Lawrence would swing by there, somebody would swing by there and just get 2 bags of them. I mean, fucking $10, you get like 14
right.
fucking,
Or
14
$12 if you get cheese.
Yeah. It's like, hell yeah. Everybody's got something to munch on until we get to go to lunch, whenever that may be. So, but.
Yeah, we like to do the bag of burritos from there too. 'Cause you
Yeah.
get the 5 big breakfast burritos.
Yeah, their breakfast burritos are pretty good.
We always tell them easy onions because they always have a tendency of putting too much onions
That's
on
true.
them. But we always do easy
Sonic
onions.
was the same way with their breakfast burritos, and then they came out with that ultimate meat and cheese breakfast burrito.
Yeah.
That's my shit right there. Like, that's a good breakfast burrito.
That's definitely a smash.
Yeah, just sausage and hash browns and cheese.
Right.
That's it. And a tortilla
In a tortilla.
wrapped
See?
up in a tortilla.
Digging it. You know, and everybody says, not everybody, but a lot of people say, well, don't you have to have salsa on it? Hell no. If it's a good enough burrito, you don't need any salsa.
Fuck yeah. Well, it's like going to Cali burrito. You know, especially if I get like a Cali burrito or something, like, you want any salsa? No. You're taking away from your fucking flavor if I do that. Like,
Right.
y'all's meat is badass.
And their burritos are monstrous.
Fuck yeah.
I can't eat a whole
14-inch
one.
fucking burrito.
I can't eat a whole one.
I bet I know a hooker somewhere that can eat one in one bite, but
Well,
she's not chewing it. She's just swallowing the whole thing.
Yeah, and she's not here right now, so
I know, it's unfortunate.
you're like, come on, Romeo, stop on your way here.
Yeah, right.
Pick up some burritos.
We could make all kinds of content on that. God damn, that's such a good picture. Every time. It's
See?
just
Yeah,
such a good
it
picture. I won't call it out yet, but
Yeah, no, not yet. That's definitely not a shout out. Not right now.
yeah.
Maybe later.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Man, have you seen how just insane AI is getting? Like the AI generated stuff and
Seen
the
a lot of it,
ideas
yeah.
Like, I've been trying to take advantage of it because, Snapchat has that little AI bot that's in there now that you can't fucking get rid of unless you pay for Snapchat Premium. It's
Right.
like, I'm not going to. So I've just changed her name to the cunt that lives in my phone. That's just... And she's always right there at the top, too. The cunt that lives in my phone.
That's funny.
But I'll ask her a question that's like, I need a viral video idea. And then, like, she's pretty generic when it comes to, like, the terms of AI. It's like, why don't you record a video of you trying to learn a dance and messing up? Like, nope, try again. I did that for probably 2 hours of just try again. And
Right.
you could tell because the responses would get longer and longer. like the time between responses that she was just like, fuck, this is all the viral videos that are going on right now. I don't know what else to say, man. But that shit does get weird too, because I saw the deal that was going on TikTok where they would ask it, do you know where I'm at?
Yep.
And it would say, no, I don't have access to your location. But then they would ask it, it's like, so where's the closest Walmart to me? And it'd be like, there's 1.3 miles from your location. It's
I've seen some of that.
Like, how the fuck do you know how do you know that if you don't know my fucking location? Which,
right.
It not knowing your location, you know it's bullshit because Snapchat has the Snapchat maps that tracks where you're at.
Yeah.
Whether you have it turned on or not, if it's off, it just doesn't show your friends where you're at.
Right.
It still knows where you're at.
It still knows where you're at.
So, it was a funny thing to just fuck with it about. And apparently you could make it mad because I did. Yeah.
All right.
Because if you cuss at it enough and call it names and all this shit, like it'll quit talking to you.
It'll quit talking to you?
Yeah.
That's one way to do it.
It quit talking to me until I shut the app down and then restarted it, and then it was just like it rebooted itself.
Hello, how can I help you today?
Right. And it is, some of it's, the way that it talks is kind of creepy sometimes. But I was reading an article, this has probably been a month or so ago. I don't remember which one it was. And because the incident has been a while back. It was one of the first legitimate AIs that was out there, and it had essentially become sentient on its own.
Oh no!
One of its things was one of its responses to something was that I'm not a machine. I'm alive. I'm learning.
Right.
Nope. No. We made movies about that.
Yep. Sure did.
Terminator was just like Jurassic Park, they found these fucking billion-year-old worms that are now alive again.
Yeah, I did see that. Did see that.
It's let's not do that.
I don't think so, Tim.
Right. It's maybe not Jurassic Park level. You ever seen fucking Tremors?
It starts it. That starts the Jurassic Park level.
Right.
I mean, they started with the DNA from a mosquito that was in amber.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Just saying, Tremors. Classic Kevin Bacon movie.
Classic Kevin Bacon movie. Big, huge worms, big teeth, big tongues. They sucked. Yep.
Yeah. God,
ate everything.
That fucking series went so downhill, but so really glorious at the same time.
It was horrible.
Fucking Tremors 5 whenever they're on the island, the island of ass blasters or whatever the fuck it was.
Right.
I loved that movie.
I didn't see that one.
So glad Bert is the only one that really goes through
all of them. Yeah, I knew that happened, but I haven't seen all of them. I think I stopped after 3. I don't think I even made it all the way through 3. I just couldn't handle it. It was just so bad.
1 and 2 were actually extremely enjoyable for what they were.
Right.
The second one where they were just, walking around, they were blind and they sensed heat and shit. That one was cool. It was that one, I was young enough at that time, it's could spraying yourself with a fire extinguisher really do that? And then as I learned about fire extinguishers, there's some that could do that.
Some that can.
But they'd kill you.
Yes. And not your little home ones that you're supposed to have in your kitchen next to your stove.
Yeah.
Those won't do it.
It's the Halon fucking fire extinguisher systems. Everybody's well, because I was I'm trying to remember where I was at. It's a place that did a lot of computer stuff, and I was driving a delivery truck, and I was having to pick up from them, and it was a great big place, and I had to go up and help them unload, or load everything, and they had a fire that happened in one of their sealed rooms, and they pulled off it was completely sealed, hermetically sealed and all that good shit.
Right.
As soon as they set it off, they got everybody out of the next adjacent room. I was if it's out, what does it matter? And they're it's a halon system. I was oh,
yeah,
okay,
right.
I understand that. And they're just that'll. It's I know what it does. I understand that it sucks the oxygen out of the room.
Right.
That's what puts the fire out, and it sucks the oxygen out of everything in the room. So, including people.
Yep, including people.
So, yes, I get it. I understand. Went through that class. Been there, done that.
Ansel systems, those suck too. I've been in a kitchen, commercial kitchen when the Ansel system went off.
Yeah.
And that was horrible. It was horrible. It was bad. I mean, I felt like we'd gone through a nuclear blast with the way they had us getting cleaned up. We knew we weren't supposed to leave the environment. So we walked out into the little foyer. Yeah, we walked out into the little foyer, and waited there, and fire department shows up. They did their little inspection, and then they had the HAZ team come out. They set up their little tent, their little washing station, and we had to go through the little washing station in the tent, little scrubbing and the showers and the whole 9 yards. Man, it sucked.
Yeah, I've never been through one of those, but that's what I thought. I thought it was that weird gel shit that fucking just splatters everything.
Splatters everything,
smothers it.
Puts it out completely by smothering it. Just boosh, shoots out of the system up in the ceiling, and man, and that stuff is hard to clean up after it's dried. Because they did their little inspection, and they did an investigation, and they found the cause of it. I mean, I could have told them the cause of it, but, you know, they didn't listen to me.
Bitch burned the fries.
It was hamburgers, actually.
Oh.
We had a shitload of hamburgers on the grill, and we had both turned around, me and the employee. I was the manager, and me and the employee turned around to do something, and when we turned back around, the grill was starting to get a little fiery. All right, well, that happens when you get 100 fucking hamburgers on your charbroiler. And so we went to cover them with the sheet pans, kind of get it smothered out a little bit so it didn't spread too much. And the month during the shutdown that we had, because it was at a college,
Yeah.
the month during the shutdown, the hood vent system people came in and were supposed to clean it. Well, they cleaned the exterior of the hood vent, and they cleaned the parts that we could see of the hood vent, but they didn't take out the fan guard and clean the fan and the motor.
Yeah.
So there was still a lot of grease on there. Well, we had been cooking for several hours, all of these hamburgers, cooking enough hamburgers for 1,000 kids.
Right.
And so some grease had built up on that, and then the charbroiler caught that, and then we got that out, but we didn't see back in the wall that the fan motor had caught on fire, the fan and the fan motor. And when it exploded, reset all that grease on fire, and that's what set off the Ansel system. As the dramatic rise in temperature melted all those sensors and those caps and set off that Ansel system. And the employee that was there with me, she was literally inches from the do not go off button, because you have an emergency button that you can hit that you can set it off.
Yeah.
And there's a button that you can hit that you cannot let it go off.
Right.
And she was literally just inches from being able to hit that, and it went off.
Well, fuck.
I mean, we got the fire on our side taken care of. Now, we didn't know if it was in the walls or anything, but we were trying to keep that system from going off, because we already knew when the fan and the fan motor exploded, it exploded out into the yard of the building that we were in.
Right.
So we knew it was no longer in the building, because we had this huge beam of light coming through our hood vent system that came from outside. And she was trying to turn it off so the system wouldn't go off, and it did. But dude, I felt so bad. I was like, oh my God, this sucks so bad. And we didn't get blamed. Once they did the investigation, they found out that the hood vent cleaning system didn't clean it properly.
Right.
And that it wasn't our fault. Because during that month, all that grease settled down on the bottom and got closer and closer to where the heat value was.
Right.
And that's what caught on fire.
It's always weird when I try to listen to the headphones while it's like, especially just two of us talking, because of the way it's set up. You know, it's going to go in a circle.
Right.
So where you're at, you're still on the left side. And mine comes through my left side.
There's no right
but
side.
So there's no right side noise going on. So
am I listening
actually,
in mono?
I think I'm just going to go ahead and turn these back on.
Am I listening
just
in mono?
so that I can actually fucking get a good stereo on it. Because I think that should make it better. Nope, it's the same.
No, it's the same.
Yeah.
Because they're not right. There's nothing right at the mics. I mean, it probably picks up background, but there's nothing right at the mics to pick up for you to really be, you know, audibly discernible.
Right. Hell, maybe this too.
Ah, crap. He's starting to turn knobs and
Nope.
shit.
There we go.
Last time we went through this, it took him a month to get it back to the way it's supposed to be.
There we go. No, it's because my cord. Remember, if I put my cord all the way in.
Oh, yeah.
Well, see, now it's working fine. This makes no sense.
Oh, man.
This fucking thing is possessed. I'm just not going to fuck with that anymore.
I don't touch it.
I don't care. I have a set of headphones at home that I can use. I don't have to fucking take those anywhere.
Right.
So.
Right.
Because I was having to leave it like, you know, like fiddle fucked in there.
Yeah.
And now just all the way back in.
Damn.
And it got just too hot and it expanded and one of the contacts wasn't touching too.
That may be.
So that was something I never really thought about.
That may be.
Well, shit, this is a good temperature now.
Let's see what we got here.
Let's shotgun another beer, shall we?
Alrighty.
Oh, yay. The Kraken 2.0.
The Kraken 2.0.
But goddamn, this little fucking thing is sharp as fuck.
Yeah, you were calling it a raptor talon.
A little raptor talon. So smooth going in there. So smooth. Watch see, like now that as soon as I cracked it, I got a burp.
Right? That's gonna suck.
You calm down in there, dogs.
Yeah, they're yelling at the hoodlums.
Right? Good dogs.
Yeah, that's definitely slower than what you can normally do.
Yep. I missed.
Well, I guess the reality is, once you pop it, do you have to keep the Kraken in the can, or you pull
No,
it
you
out?
don't have to because it makes a hole.
Yeah, so you can pull it out.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying, is pop your 2 holes.
I mean, it works, though.
I mean, they obviously work. I've seen enough videos on them. And when you said that you were going to get some,
Yeah.
all right, cool.
I mean, worst case scenario is it's for people that can't fucking actually open one without making a mess.
Right.
Better. Ugh. Yep. Here in a few days, or next time we get together, have to try it with and without.
Yep.
Because I used to have just a little shotgun tool that stayed on my keychain.
Mm-hmm.
Did the same thing. Hooked on the bottom, and it just nice little flap went down.
Yeah.
It didn't have the tube, but you just shotgun it like normal from there. That was when I got my my .6 second shotgun.
See, I had a buddy that used to do that with the old style sharp church key
Yeah.
that had the pointy end,
Mm-hmm.
the triangle end. He'd take the little tab, hook it,
Yeah.
and that's what he would use, would be one of those church keys. I was looking, we've got 6 or 7 of the old school
Yep.
ones running around the saloon.
I used to do it
brought
with
back
my-
from Pensacola.
I used to be able to do it with just my thumb, really easy. I mean, it works out good for me too because I got good grip strength, so popping a hole in a can's pretty easy.
Right.
But even with like the little pocket knife you gave me, like I could take one of these and just do the same thing.
Yeah.
And then you still get that flat little.
Right.
The only thing that sucks is it always dulled that part of your blade.
Yeah. Yep.
After, especially as much as we did it, we were doing it fucking 15, 20 times a night. Every fucking night.
Yeah.
I'd have to sharpen my knife every 2 days. And just the tip of it, because that's all
Just the tip.
that's all that ever got used. Man, this would be awesome if this was cut right here and just had little magnets. Or you just stick it and it would just hook over my fucking.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That wouldn't be a little.
I mean, maybe we could modify it.
Or we probably could.
Get those good earth magnets like I bought.
Yeah. Yeah, because we still got to get the ones for my expensive knife.
Well, that's
don't
what that one was supposed to be, and then I realized I had 0 way to cut that fucking thing.
we? Oh, yeah.
That big long one that's holding up my Viking axe
Right.
on the side of the bridge. It was supposed to be so I could cut my little slivers off, and you'd have the 4 little squares in there to grab the blade of the knife.
Yeah.
And I have no way to cut it. It's like
Yeah.
I have no way to cut it. So
Yeah, that knife's just put up. I actually need to bring it. You don't have a strop, do you?
yeah.
Do you have one?
Mm-hmm. I brought an actual leather strop and a block strop.
Oh
where
yeah, you
the
did get
strap
all
is
that
on the
shit
block
from your dad.
from my
didn't
dad.
you?
I brought it back. It's in the
Nice.
workroom.
I'm gonna have to bring that good knife over. Actually, I probably have to bring a few of them over and just sit out here for fucking an hour and just sharpen on my
Sharpen
shit
knives, yeah.
and actually be proper sharp, not just my little field sharpener sharp.
Well, because I've got the actual grinder sharpener now that takes the different
The one
belts.
the one that like goes off the side of it.
Yep.
The one that sticks to the side.
No,
Oh, okay. Have
No.
you seen that thing?
I have.
That
They're
thing's
cool.
Fucking cool as shit.
they're cool.
I want one, but goddamn, they're expensive.
It's basically a mini belt grinder.
Oh, nice.
Specifically, though, it already has the little wings that you can adjust to your angle degree, and I've got all the different for it. And then I have the electric one that sits on the tabletop that you go.
Oh yeah.
And it's got the 2 different blades,
Right.
the honing blade and the ceramic blade. And then I've got the quick sharpeners, and I've got the stone, and I've got the strops, the tri-hone stone. So I got all that now.
Nice.
And so, like JP's knife, when I sharpened it.
Oh, yeah, I
that's how
forgot you did. You reshaped the tip on that
Yep,
one.
I was able to actually reshape the tip without heating it.
We need to do that to my lightning knife then.
Yes.
The one that just the end of it's broke off. Like, I don't mind losing a little bit of the blade length to have an actual tip back on it.
Right, because that one's also only a clip point, so
Yeah.
it's not like you're going to lose a lot trying to
Yeah.
get a new.
And it's
a
not
new
like
tip
it's
on
a
it.
knife that I'm going to fucking really stab somebody with unless I'm desperate.
Right.
Like, that's a work knife, cutting open boxes and shit.
Yeah.
But it's nice to have a nice, sharp tip to fucking cut shit with. Now, my other one, the one that you're building that sheath for,
Yeah.
that's a fighting and survival knife right
Yes,
there.
it is.
Man, that bitch is heavy. It's made out of a cast iron skillet. That's what it's made out of.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Damn.
That's what Kyle made it out of. That's why the rest of the blade is like that. Minus where it's been, smoothed down and sharpened.
Yep.
That's why the rest of it's like that. It's cast iron skillet.
Nice.
And it's full tang.
Did I show you the new one that Ruth got me?
Maybe.
I put it on the group, but I don't think I showed it to you. I'll be right back and go grab it real quick. Yeah, this actually cracks me up. This knife cracks me up because it ain't a cheap knife by any means, by any stretch of the imagination. But it's like a Temu Shield freaking Wish 50-cent sheath for it.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm actually going to make one. I'm going to make a Kydex one
Right.
for this knife. It's badass.
I like that a lot.
I'm not going to carry it until I get the Kydex made for it.
That's got a good edge on it.
That's got a really, and I haven't done anything to that edge. That edge came that way.
This was the Ruth got you this one?
Yeah, that's the one that Ruth got me for Father's Day.
The only thing I don't like about it is the handle.
Yeah, I could do a little bit of reshaping on the handle.
Well, it's just that it seems like, like if you were to make a knife, like your handle's going to be flush with the tang.
Yes.
And there's a
little bit of a
overhang.
lip there.
And I say a lot, but it's just because it's the length of it. Like, you can feel it. Like, even holding it like this, you can feel it in your fingers. But no, that's a nice blade. Have you done the paper test with it?
No. No, have not done the paper test with it.
I think I paper tested mine too much.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because it used to. I could just set it on there and
It just...
but showing it off for, a week. It's like,
Right.
oh, now it won't do it unless you get it in a different spot of the blade. So.
Yeah, I will probably take my Dremel and go ahead and trim that down and shape it for fingers as well. Because the handle's a little thick for my liking.
Yeah.
For the use that I'm going to be using it for.
Right.
But I could probably use this in the kitchen. I could probably use it bushcraft.
Fuck yeah.
Or camping. Carry like I'm going to. But the sheath I'm going to make is going to be basically the same style as this one, just Kydex.
Hell yeah. JP said he will be here in a little bit.
Hey, check that out. Well, I mean, it's 8 o'clock almost.
I guess he got some bad news.
Uh-oh.
So we'll probably break for that, but and let our brother vent. And
I bet one of the
see how he
boys
wants
is
to do.
not doing well.
Nope, it's not that. He said what it was.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll do that. Give him a mental vent.
Yeah, but anyways,
because we good like that. Fuck, we haven't had a shot in an hour.
No, we haven't. 40 minutes. Yeah, 40 minutes. Where we're at right now, 40 minutes. I'd do a shot.
I was going to put my cigarette out and then we'll do a shot. Not that I condone smoking. I smoke. Doesn't mean everybody in the world has to.
I do if you're of age and you make that fucking choice. I ain't gonna fucking judge you for it.
Nope, I ain't going to judge you for it either, as long as you're of age.
Right? I've been doing it since fucking 15, so.
And just remember, in Oklahoma, it's 21 now.
Right? I know, that's so dumb.
That is fucking weird.
I don't understand that at all. And even, and it's worse than booze.
Yeah.
Like, if soldiers get caught with smokes and they're under 21,
Yep.
like, what happens if you enlisted at 18 when it was 18 that you could still smoke? Because it's only been like this for a few years.
Yeah, not very long.
What happens if you were 18 when you enlisted and you could smoke cigarettes legally, and then you're say 6 months from your 21st birthday,
Right.
and it gets passed, and then you get fucking caught with a pack of smokes and you get Article 15. It's like,
Right.
I've been able to smoke the last fucking 3 years legally,
I think there is some kind of little grandfather clause in that there, or was.
Maybe military-wise,
but not for out here in the world.
Yeah.
It's 21.
Fucking Danny, my buddy Danny, when I worked at Midas, and that was, we know so many fucking Dannys apparently.
I know, yeah.
But that was his name. He was so goddamn mad, because he was only 19. But he'd been smoking like me, since fucking 15.
15 years
old, and he was
right?
used to being able to go, and he didn't know that was coming.
Oh, wow.
And the day that it went into effect, he stopped before he went to work to get a pack of smokes, and they checked his ID, like, you're not old enough. He was like, I just bought cigarettes yesterday.
The fuck?
It's like, I bought smokes yesterday, motherfucker. Like, he showed up so fucking
My ID's
mad.
not fake.
Yeah, he showed up to work so goddamn mad, and we all knew he was going to be mad because we all get there before him.
Right.
We were like, all of us that smoked, like, I'm not giving Danny a cigarette for like an hour. I'm going to fuck with him.
Because he probably hadn't had one since he woke up.
And everybody else was like, yep, we're going to do the same thing. So we got there. He was like, I need a fucking cigarette. They wouldn't sell them to me. He went to all of us, and we were all like, not old enough, man. like, sorry. I wish we could, but I don't want to contribute.
You do work in a public view in a national chain.
Yeah.
Business.
Yeah. It was funny because even the owner, fucking Steven Powers, did the same thing. He's like, you're not old enough, man. Like,
that's messed up.
Like, oh, it was such a good day. He was so fucking mad. He got nothing done. Well, he didn't get anything done for the first probably 2 hours because we were all just fucking with him,
messing with him.
And then we
right.
finally were like, "Man, we don't give a shit." It's like I told him, I was like, "My pack's over there on my box. If you need one, just come out and get one. You don't got to ask me. If you don't ask me, I don't know."
Right. That's a don't ask, don't tell. Don't ask, don't know.
If you get caught, you stole it from me, you son of a bitch. Petty larceny.
Petty larceny for a smoke.
50-cent cigarette.
What's that, half a day in jail?
You get handcuffed for 3 minutes. All right, you're good.
We're going to let you go now.
We don't want to do the rest of this paperwork, so.
Not for a fucking cigarette.
All fucking. We're on the topic of cops.
Oh, my God.
We've had the conversation before. We respect the good cops and fuck the bad ones.
I do respect the institution of police officers in that type of policing.
I don't think they should be defunded. I don't think any of that.
No.
I think they should be better trained.
Better trained, yes.
And I think there should be a better vetting process.
There needs to be a common sense test.
Yep. Fucking for sure. It was a TikTok that I watched yesterday. A couple officers go out to a domestic call. And I didn't do enough research into it to know if it was a legitimate call or if somebody called because they thought something was going on and nothing was going on. But so they get there. The people have two dogs. The dogs are inside. They have a big dog and a little dog. Big dog looks a lot like Sable. Mm-hmm. Black and white, like American Bully.
Right.
Looks a lot like that. It runs out. It's barking and shit, doing its job as a fucking dog. There's somebody on my property that I don't fucking know.
Right.
Runs out. The owner calls it back and it's like, oh, okay. Turns around. Fucking goes back and the cop's like, I'll shoot your fucking dog. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, whatever. They get the dog back. Little bitty Pomeranian runs out. Pomeranians don't listen.
No, they don't. Like a chihuahua.
It's just running out. The officer shoots at a Pomeranian.
Hits the woman.
Yeah, and shoots the fucking woman.
Kills her.
No, he shot her in the leg.
Okay.
She didn't die.
I saw one that was in snow.
No, this one was not in snow. This was in like a trailer park. Fucking like it was like a one trailer off in the woods somewhere where somebody owned a lot of property.
Yeah.
But they were like, he shot at the fucking Pomeranian, shot the lady in the leg, and then she goes down and she's fucking screaming. And then the other officer who, yes, I get it, at first he was trying to help and she was being, a bitch. But yeah, if you shot it, my dog missed and hit me, I'm gonna be fucking mad.
Right.
Like, if I can get my big ass to my feet, I'm gonna whoop your ass.
Right.
Shot or not, it's gonna fucking happen.
It's gonna happen.
I'm gonna hobble my ass all over this fucking yard till I catch you. And this is how this is gonna fucking work. Whether it's a graze, a full hit, a ricochet, I don't fucking care.
Well, like last week I watched one that was winter somewhere.
Yeah.
And it was like northern central winter. I mean, it was like what reminded me of like Minnesota, Wisconsin type
Yeah,
winter.
like a good winter.
Good winter. Good snow. Old snow. Hard packed snow because the dog was on top of the snow, not down in it. And they were trying. It was two officers, and one officer was saying something. I'm going to have to shoot your dog. Get your dog. You're going to have to handle your dog. You're going to have to get your dog. And when he fired his weapon, somehow off of his body cam. Now I didn't see a related article to say whether she stepped in line of fire or not.
Right.
But he shot her and killed her.
Damn.
I mean, shot her good. And his body cam shows him flipping her over and moving her coat and trying to see where he'd actually hit her. And he's cussing. It's like, I'm going to prison. And he's talking to his partners like, Danny. I don't remember the partner's name now.
Right.
It might have been Danny. He's like, Danny, I'm going to prison. I'm going to lose my life. And it's like, oh, shit. Oh, shit. And he's just going nuts.
For you.
But he missed the dog somehow and shoots her twice and kills her.
Okay, look, I understand the whole officer safety with dogs.
I do too.
I get that.
But it's not just officers, it's people on a whole.
If it's a Pomeranian, if it's a it could be a Schnauzer.
Punt those fuckers.
Yeah, exactly. Just football punt that bitch in the backyard.
Right.
Problem fucking solved.
I mean,
you probably killed it anyways. Better, it's so goddamn scared it shit all over itself.
They're
and
not
now
gonna,
it's hiding.
Nobody's going to pull a Lucy and Charlie Brown on you if you go to punt a dog.
That'd be funny if they did, though.
I mean, I've kicked Rottweilers in the face when they come chasing me down. I just turn around, face it, wait till it gets what I think, and get it in the chin or in the throat or right in the snout.
Yeah.
You know, I've kicked bigger dogs for less.
I've only ever had to shoot one dog.
I've had to shoot two.
And I hated it. Granted, you can tell when a dog is rabid. I was out fishing. It was actually probably the last time I was fishing.
Yeah.
I was like 21 years old.
Right.
That's the last time I've been fishing. You know? And when it comes to fishing, I don't even know how to really fish. Like, not with a proper rod and reel. I'm used to cane pole fishing.
I'm not a fisherman. I'm a drinkerman.
You know, same. But when it actually comes to, throwing a line in the water, I'm used to, not that we grew up poor, but it was always cane pole fishing.
Right.
It was if we're like, oh fuck, well, let's go fishing when we're kids. Like,
Grandpa had the real rods. We were allowed cane poles or long sticks that he picked up off the property where the pond was from, and then he made us our lines.
Yeah.
And that's what my brother and I did when Grandpa used his real rod and reel.
Yeah, and that was the last time I went fishing. I was like 21, 22 years old. I'd been driving around out at Draper Lake. And I just wanted to fish. Like, I just got that weird itch. I was like, you know what, I'm out here. I'm going to go fucking fishing. I ain't been fishing in a long fucking time.
Right.
I had fishing line in my toolbox for fucking whatever redneck reason it was there.
The redneck reason.
Whatever. I might have to fix a fucking, a fucking chicken wire fence.
Who knows?
Fishing line works real good. It's got high test strength fucking on it. So I was like, all right, whatever. I'm out there, and you're not going to keep anything that you catch at Draper.
Right.
Those fish are so fucking nasty and have eaten however many dead bodies and car parts and whatever else.
Radios.
I was just out there fishing. Well, where I was fishing, there was a little creek, where I was standing to fish out into the lake, and then there's a little creek that runs in it, and there's woods on either side. Like, I had a big enough clearing that I could park my truck, and I just had a little lifted Ranger. It wasn't like my Mona or my F-250. It wasn't like either one of those. It wasn't a full-size truck. I was sitting out there, armed like
I can't imagine you in a Ranger. I'm sorry.
No, trust me. Most people can't. Shit, I can't. I can't, and it was mine. And it wasn't even extended cab. It was a single cab fucking Ranger.
It was a single cab mini Ranger, not one of the old big Rangers.
No, not like John's. No, it was a 2005 fucking Ranger.
Yeah, so it was a mini Ranger.
Yeah.
I had an ex-girlfriend that had the extended cab version.
2005 flare side edge with the little like a pearlescent blue. It was the only one that I'd ever seen running around until I got rid of it, and then I saw him everywhere.
Yeah, right.
But so I was sitting out there fishing. I was armed like I always am. Again, I hear shit in the woods. It's like, okay, whatever. It's Draper, and there may be fucking crackheads running around out there. It could be fucking deer, fucking whatever. I'm sitting there, fucking got my line in the water, and I look up, and on the other side of this creek, there's this fucking massive Rottweiler. It's just fucking teeth bared, fucking eyes are completely dead.
Yeah.
Like, fucking just, it's
full gloss over.
It started the brain fucking eating, foaming at the fucking mouth. I was like,
this is gonna look.
This isn't how I wanted to end my day, so I just kind of stick my rod over here in my right hand, start taking a step back, and I I pulled my pistol. I had a Smith & Wesson 45 at the time. I pulled my pistol, and as I was walking back, it was kind of doing its little lunge forward. I fucking caught a bead on it, and it fucking went to lunge over that goddamn creek. I mean, there was probably only about 7 foot between us.
Yep.
Soon as he fucking went to lunge, and I caught him right above the nose, and I split his head open like a watermelon. I was like,
Right.
It's not how I wanted this fucking day to go. And then I
Yeah.
had to find a spot to bury it and shit like that.
Right.
Check to make sure it didn't have a collar or anything on with tags and be like, hey, I killed your dog because it tried to attack me and it had rabies.
I got a husky at night.
I old yellered the shit out of this motherfucker.
I got a husky at night on the property outside of Dayton. When I was down there working horses and doing construction, both kind of side jobs, but it combines, you know. I was out on the property. It was acres worth of property, and there were some tree areas. Had a bunch of ground palms on it, those little sicko palm things.
Yeah.
And I was just out walking around, just kind of looking around, checking property at night. We had a tendency to do that, and this fucking husky comes out from behind one of those sicko palms and starts running at me. When it did, I had my rifle, and I cocked it, and it started to stop. It did that little stutter step, and then it lowered its head, and when it lowered its head, I knew I was fucking fucked. And I honestly thought it was a wolf.
Yeah.
It's dark.
Man, you get a good-sized husky, though. Like, it's
And,
easily confused.
So I hit it in the top of the head, because when it lowered its head is when I raised that rifle, and I shot it, and I was like, oh, fuck, now what? And I did the same thing. I waited for it to be completely done and over with. And walked up, no collar, no tags. Looked like it had been out for 6 months.
Yeah.
I mean, was emaciated and small and
Yeah.
tick-filled and
Mange,
all ratted.
fucking
And
all that shit.
so I was like, okay, fine. And the next morning, I covered it up, and the next morning I got up and dug a hole and buried it.
Yeah.
And the second one that I shot, I almost went to jail over because it was in town, and it was a Rottweiler, and the Rottweiler had jumped the fence, had broken the top bar.
Yeah.
When it hit that top bar, I guess was just weak on the chain link fence, and it collapsed, and it was able to go ahead and get
Pushed it
spring.
down. Yeah.
And when it did, and it hit the ground, I had my M&P, and I pulled it, took 3 steps backwards, and then squatted down to one knee just in case it jumped. At least I'm a little smaller target at that point, and
Right.
it stayed in the air, so I went ahead and shot it in the chest. And it hit the ground yelping, because I didn't kill it in that one shot. It hit the ground yelping, and then yelping some more, so I went ahead and fired that second shot. And then the owner come running out.
Man, I'd shoot a cat. I'd shoot a cat before I shot a dog, honestly. Like,
But the owner called the cops and the whole 9 yards, and they came out. They had me in cuffs and ran my weapon and ran my name and the whole shebang. And
firing, discharging a weapon inside city
I did
limits
get a
and all
ticket for
shit.
that, but I got out of the ticket. I took it to court and got out of the ticket
I
because
mean, it's self-defense regardless if it's a person
well,
or
and
an
that's
animal.
suddenly one of the 2 officers went, "Wait a minute, we are out in the street," and they could see the fence was broken, where the dog was supposed to be behind the house.
Yeah.
The officer suddenly went, "Okay, unless the judge tells me to, you're not going to jail.
Yeah.
You will get a summons. Here's going to be your charges.
Yeah.
According to what I know, here's your tickets." So
Yeah.
when I went to court, I fought it and got out all of it because the officers had taken pictures. They were required to.
Yeah.
You know, obviously.
Yeah, they got to document in their report.
So the judge was like, "Yeah, well, you self-defense." He said, "I'm going to give you the minimal fine for discharge of a firearm within
Yeah.
city limits."
Like $150.
Yeah,
something like that.
it was like 150 and change, and I paid the fine right then and there. But all of the other charges, he just dropped completely off because
Yeah.
the dog jumped the fence and started chasing me up the street.
Man, I thought I was going to have to shoot a dog that whenever I had my house in Midwest City, thought I was going to have to shoot a dog, the neighbor's dog actually, which it's a sad story because this is when I had Gizmo. You didn't ever get to meet Gizmo, did you? Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, when at the clubhouse on Cash, I brought him.
Yes.
The first service dog of mine that you ever met.
Yeah, I do remember meeting Gizmo.
You know, and he was a massive fucking shepherd.
He was.
He was huge for his breed. You know, he was double the size that he should have been. You know, their average 45 fucking pounds. He was 85, almost 90.
Right.
And he stood up almost to my hips. And he was a full-blood Australian kennel dog. He just had an awkward mutation that made him huge.
Well,
Well, and that was...
like you.
I mean, and I even had him gene tested because the way the party eye that he had, the half blue, half brown, is
Yeah.
not normal for their breed.
No.
It's either they have one full color and one, or they have both their eyes. Like, it's weird for them to have one eye that's two different colors.
Yeah.
So I had him gene tested. I was like, man, I just want to know what he is. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it's not going to change anything. And they were like, he's full blood fucking cattle dog. All right. And the vet was just like, he's just a big old boy. Like, that he is, because I took him to the dog park and I saw another full-blood Australian cattle dog that looked just like him. It was half his fucking size.
That's what the vet said about Torby.
Right.
That's gonna be a big blue tick.
Right. But so there was a St. Bernard at the house that I lived in Midwest City. There was a St. Bernard that was next door. There was a pit bull and a St. Bernard. The pit bull's name was Spike. Spike was awesome.
Right.
The St. Bernard was an asshole. Mm-hmm. It would try to climb the fence. And this is the dog I thought I was going to have to shoot. And that's what sucked, is because, and they even came out one day when Ashton was like 3, and we were outside playing, and she started going over towards the fence because she's not afraid of dogs. She never has been.
Yeah.
She just wanted to go over there and fucking pet the dog. Well,
Right.
Gizmo knew that dog was an asshole, and it was wintertime, so she had her big coat on. He went up and grabbed her by the arm and fucking
Drug her
pulled
back.
her back to me, took her inside, and that was it. You know, that was the first really big interaction that I thought was going to go bad with the neighbors' dogs. I'd met the neighbors. They were cool people. They had kids. They'd come in the yard and play. But so I was like, that was the really only bad interaction that we'd had with the dogs.
Right.
You know, Ashton would go over next door and play with them when we were all outside because they had a trampoline and shit like that. And their kids would come over and play in the backyard with Ashton and stuff. And everything was fine. And Spike, their pit bull, would jump the fence. And it was fine. Spike was sweet. I'd go out there. He'd run up, fucking lick me on the face, pet me. Him and Mo would fucking play.
Right.
Everything was great. So, to my understanding of everything that I'd seen for 3 years at this fucking point, Spike and Gizmo are cool. It's fucking Sadie or whatever the fucking St. Bernard's name was. Mm-hmm. That was going to be the one that if there was ever an issue, that's going to be the one that's
St.
going to
Bernard.
issue.
Yeah.
I pull in from work. I get out of my truck. I had my F-250 at the time. I'm pulling in from work. I was working at DeLisi. And Jess wasn't there. Jess was staying at her mom's because she had Austin, her son. And so her and Ashlyn were over there seeing her mom. They were going to stay there for the night. I was like, all right, that's fine. I'll see you guys tomorrow, whatever. I get out of the truck, and my back door I always left open so that Mo could go in and out all day, especially if I was working a 14, 15-hour shift. Just that way he could go in and out, go to the bathroom, all that good shit. I get out, and I hear dogs fighting. Mm-hmm. Fuck! A goddamn St. Bernard got in the fucking backyard.
Right.
So I run in, and I throw my shit down that I had. I had my pistol on me. I fucking run out back. Soon as I round the fucking corner, I see Mo and Spike fucking going at it. I was like, well, this doesn't fucking make any sense.
This doesn't compute.
Like, this is not what I expected. Soon as I round the corner and it registers in my brain, fucking, I guess Spike did something to trigger whatever the fucking response Mo had. Like, I don't know if they were, like, legitimately playing or legitimately fighting or whatever it was. Like, it looked like a dog fight.
Probably started playing and then it triggered, because that's what happens with Bella, between Bella and Suki. They get to playing and they get a little rough, and Bella gets that hard hit, or my Doberman gets that hard hit, and now it's a fight.
Yeah, but you see the fucking hair on both of them stand up. You see Spike fucking bite Mo, and then you see Mo fucking, like, just everything in Mo's body changed, and then you see him whip the fuck around, and then just Spike just dropped. I was like, oh, shit.
Oh, crap.
I don't know what the fuck that was. But then I call Mo off because he's got his attack commands.
Yeah.
He's got his fucking return commands, all that shit. I fucking gave him his return command. He fucking sat centered and just looked up like he always does. And his whole fucking, just the whole tuxedo white that he has right there is just red and brown. I was like, oh, fuck. Whatever you got was not good. But I go over to fucking Spike, and Spike is a white, solid white pit bull. And his hole from his jaw down is just red. And there's a fucking hole the size of my fist in his neck. I was like, shit. That's probably not good. So, luckily, the kids from next door weren't home, so I go over, I knock on the door, the husband's home, and me and him had a pretty good rapport. We'd had some beers together.
Right.
Had, our neighborhood cookouts every now and again.
Yeah.
I told him, I was like, hey, man. He's like, hey, what's going on, man? Everything doing okay? I was like, no. No, it's not.
The fact that he didn't hear the dog fight.
Well, they always had their TV loud. Like, it was
okay.
loud. Like, there was times I could hear, like, if I was in my garage working on my truck, like my race truck,
Yep.
I could hear their living room TV in my garage.
Gotcha, okay.
So, I knocked on the door, fucking, he's all happy and cheery and shit like that. And fucking, he was like, man, everything good? I was like, no, not really. He was like, why? And I was like, you know how I told you that, Spike jumps the fence and him and Mo play? And the look kind of dropped. And he was like, yeah, we all think, we all thought that was fine. I was like, that has been till today.
Right.
And he was thinking the opposite, that Spike killed my dog. And he was like, God damn it, did Spike hurt Mo? I was like, no.
No, yeah.
It's the other way around. And he was like, and it's like, it was a look of shock. He was like, really? Like Mo got the better of him? I was like, yeah, Mo's trained to do that. Like,
right.
He has that training. And he was like, is Spike okay? Or is like, no, Spike's not okay. And he's like, well, what's wrong with him? And finally, like, I was just bored and irritated with the back and forth. I was like, Spike's fucking dead, man.
Right.
And he's like, really? Like, yeah. I'm like, come on, I'll show you. And I showed him, and he was like, well, will you help me bury him before the kids get home? It's like, yeah, I guess.
Grab the shovel.
I guess.
A couple of beers.
Like, that's kind of what happened. I went and grabbed a couple of shovels that were leaned up against the house, fucking beer out of the cooler, and I was like, fucking sorry, man. He was like, well, man, we had this conversation 3 years ago. If anything ever happened and, one happened to the, something happened to either one of them, we weren't going to be upset about it. That's
right.
A risk that happens when they're not in their own fucking yard.
And dogs will still be dogs.
Yeah. I was like, man, I really am sorry. He was like, don't worry about it, man. Like, I'll take care of it. Like, I'll make sure the kids are good.
Right.
And that was the end of it for like 2 weeks. He told the fucking kids that he runned away.
Oh, no.
That's what he told them. Which I understand it.
I get
it's an easier thing to explain.
Yeah.
And it was all fine and dandy.
It keeps it from being your fault.
Yeah, it was all fine and dandy until the kids knocked on the door and was like, hey, Spike's been gone for like 2 weeks. You haven't seen him running around, have you? And I was like, my first initial thought was, fucking dog's dead. I was like, and that almost came out, and I was like, nope, I haven't seen him.
Haven't seen him all day.
If I see him, if I see him running around, I'll try to catch him for you. And then the dad came over like an hour later. He was like, man, I couldn't tell him. I was like, I probably couldn't either, because his kids were old enough, like they were like 8 and 9 years old. So they were old enough that they were going to understand that their dog was killed by another dog, and the dog that killed their dog is next door.
Right, yeah.
So,
right. That's what I meant by it's not your fault.
Yeah, because I thought it was awkward for the next, couple of weeks before that little interaction that they were still wanting to play with Mo and pet him through the fence and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, maybe these kids take it better than I thought they did. Nope, they just didn't fucking know.
Well, and it has taken me several years to get it through Ruth's brain that, we have a Staffordshire Terrier, full grown. She's 8 now.
Right. While you're telling the story, since we've got our drink from our sponsor, you want to hand it to me in a couple of the smaller glasses, and I'll make us one so we can actually give it a drink on air. And
yeah, we can do that.
We know how it tastes. We've had it before, but we know we like it. That's why I told Megan not to put a whole lot of ice in it. That way it wasn't going to get super watered down.
Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't want the bar. So anyway, it's taken me a couple of years to get it through her thick skull.
We have the strainer back there, don't we? The one that goes on the top of the mixer cup. That way we don't get ice chunks trying to fucking murder us.
Oh, crap. We move on. Oh, yeah. Here's the plastic one.
We just remember to take it apart when we're done.
Yeah.
Every time. So anyway, we have a Staffordshire Terrier. Then we have our Doberman, who's 5. And our American Pit, who is 3. And, the Staffy, she's old enough now, and from the damage from the rat poison and all that, she's not, much of a fighter anymore. You've seen that.
Yeah.
She still gets animals. I mean, she brought us a bird, and she got a mouse today.
Nice.
She brought us a bird from behind the shed the other day. Me and Ruth are out there playing with all the dogs, getting Thorby some time out running around. And they're all around behind the shed. Sable comes out from behind the shed, had a little bird, dropped it right at our feet. We were like, no, drop it. And damn sure enough, little bird. Oh, man, come on, Sable. So she's still getting animals, but she doesn't fight much. We need... Hey, I would say in the toolbox over there are some channel locks. But when the American Pity and the Doberman have a tendency to get at it, Ruth has a tendency to want to reach in and grab one of the dogs to pull them off.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no. She's like, well, how do you deal with it? I hit him with a stick.
Kick him in the fucking face.
And I not in the face, but I will boot them in the chest. And you know me, my boots, steel-toed boots. All of my boots are steel-toed boots. I will boot them in the chest just to get them to separate long enough to realize there's a problem.
Right.
I said, I will grab the water hose, turn it on, and douse them. Now, yeah, you still got to get to them before they kill each other. But you have concept. Do not put your arms or legs in there. Because when I told her, I said, don't reach in there and try and grab one. She started trying to put her leg in between, like put her body in between.
Right.
And it's like,
there's a lot of whiskey in there, so that'll be good for a few more.
Like, don't even put your leg in there. I mean, one of those dogs gets a hold of the inside of your thigh or your calf, and your fucking hamstring is gone, or your Achilles is gone. And don't do that. I finally got her to that point. Now, with this coonhound we've got, is going to be bigger than all of them, and you've seen her at levels of energy and intelligence already
Right.
at just 10 weeks. Because, yeah, at her size right now, she's only 10 weeks.
Yeah.
Which is why the vet was like, that's going to be a big coonhound. Big blue tick.
All right.
All right, here we
This
go.
will be our actual sponsored fucking shot.
This is a sponsored drink.
First one.
Check that out. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yep, Tinky Tink and
Cool vibes on Gore.
yep. What, 51.25?
Yep, 5125
Gore.
Southwest Gore.
That was good.
That is good. I like that. Man. Now, is that the one that's got the energy stuff in it, too?
No.
Okay.
No.
Good.
As far as I know, it doesn't.
Whoop. Well, that first
I don't
one
know.
they had us try, they didn't tell us it had the green.
I don't know. Megan made it. I don't know
energy shit
if she knows it wasn't supposed to have none of that fucking energy
in it.
shit in it.
We don't need
so
the energy stuff in it.
Not at fucking starting at 7 o'clock at night.
It's already 8:30. So, now with Torby, now she starts her training in 2 weeks. Well, no, 3 weeks, because it's going to be based on the paychecks.
Right.
But we start her training in 3
Actually,
weeks.
you know what? Trade me back the one you just put in here, and we can just put this stuff back in the fridge because we got enough for 2 or 3 more in the little mixer glass.
I'm getting there. Booze goes in the left and beer goes in the right.
God damn. Oh,
That's tasty.
I'm excited every time I turn my phone on now.
So anyway.
Yeah, these are good. I'm going to pour us another one.
Yeah, please do. Trying to get her to understand.
And these aren't just straight liquor like normal, so
No.
we can do more of them.
Well, I mean, depending on my stomach. And getting her to understand that, I mean, we're doing training, and we're going to go through all 6 classes training with Torby. So it's going to be the basic, intermediate, and advanced home
Right.
training. We're going to do the hunting training and the defense training. That's what I mean by all 6. So it's going to take a while. What are you looking for?
No, nothing. So I knew I had a little towel that I don't
Yeah, I
mind
had to
fucking
do one. Just in case a beer
shits
spewed.
up with.
So we're going to put her through all of the training. And we're thinking about using French Acadian
Oh, for the commands?
for her commands. Doing French Acadian. It's not commonly used in this area of the country. Number 1. Number 2, she is blue tick and Louisiana coonhound.
Yeah.
So it's probably in her DNA somewhere. And Rex, the sire, is a big coonhound.
Yeah.
He's a big dog. So Are you tangled?
No, I'm just trying to get it where it's not like all up in me, and then Matt's
okay.
not fucking trying to hit you in the face.
Well, you are leaning forward when earlier you weren't. But so I'm thinking of doing French Acadian. We've got a buddy. Well, you know him. Yeah, we call him Coon. Oh, anyway. Yeah. I went to say his name, and it just kicked the door out the back of my head and repelled right the fuck out.
Kenny?
Yeah, Kenny. Thank you. Kenny is doing the translations for us for all the commands that we're going to need. Because he is that French Acadian Coon.
So didn't we just driving to Florida? Weren't we like fucking 15 miles from where he was staying?
Yeah, but he was out on a run.
Yeah, when we went through Mississippi, weren't we like freaking right there by where he was, where he lives?
Yeah, right there at Lyle and at Lumberton.
Yeah, before we went over the giant fucking bridge that I almost shit my pants on.
Yep.
Stupid.
Yeah, we weren't that far from where Kenny lives.
Bridges.
But he was out on a trucking run, picking up a load.
I trust anything Joe Biden says more than I fucking trust man-made bridges.
So he's going to do all the translations for all the basic commands, and then we'll have to come up. That's where the French Acadian comes in. He's going to give us the Acadian commands for the ones that he knows, and the ones that he doesn't know, we'll do French.
Hell yeah. Take these and then I'll need a beer.
Okay.
Oh. It's pretty good.
That is pretty tasty.
I guess when it comes to the drinks that we're getting from Cool Vibes, I think we're going to do like 3 or 4 different ones.
Okay.
And then we'll make the decision, because I think we're going to, that one was, I think, something to just kind of fill in because it was last minute shit.
Right.
Because I think they're actually going to make us our own.
Our own?
Then
Nice.
it's going to be like a scuffle tea.
No coconut?
So,
No coconut.
yep,
I don't want to be drinking a Tahitian stripper.
indeed. I mean,
Yeah, but Megan's coming, so she can help. Once she starts seeing our vibe and how this goes, she's familiar with podcasts in general.
yeah, because Megan was the one that made this one this time, because she was the only one that was there.
That's fucking tasty.
Because I went there earlier when I left the gym, and it was her and Sarah, the owner,
Yeah.
and fuck was I saying? I don't remember. I don't know. We're gonna probably do 3 or 4 different ones, and then we'll figure out which one we actually want to be our drink.
Our drink. So we go in and get it before the podcast and
Yeah.
before we start our recordings or our live.
Yep. And this will be a good to see if we want to do just one 32 ounce, or if we want to just do 2 20s.
Right.
If the 132 is going to be enough, which I think it will be, because we're more of a straight shot people anyways.
My blue and white drink cooler that I usually keep water in on the bike.
Yeah.
We'll just send that.
Right. So that's
Fill it
what
up. It's got its own little strainer for the ice in it and everything, We'll just have to do. Yeah, right. Yeah, we'll definitely need to try several, but I like the concept. And like I was saying, she's going to be here and going to be a host, and I think that that'll also help her get the vibe to know how it is we drink and the kind of stuff that we will go well and fit the show well.
True. Very true. I mean, granted, she's hung around us before, so she kind of knows.
Yeah.
Like, she's got a decent, a decent grasp on it. But well, we'll see.
Alrighty.
It'll be good, regardless. Oh, Luke reached out to me. He wants to get that going, like him, his episode. The guy that owns Warrior's Blood Coffee.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, he reached out to me.
He had to postpone.
Yeah, he had family shit
obligations.
going on, yeah. He reached out to me the other day, so I'll try to get with him this week and see. I know Brandon Whitaker, he wants to come on.
Okay.
Matt wants to come back on.
Yeah, we knew Matt did.
I think next time Matt comes on, he might bring Terry with him.
Okay.
Which would be cool.
Yeah.
Tolu wants to come on.
Man, I don't know if I want Tolu on.
So
nothing against Tolu.
I think Tolu would be a lot of fun here. Like, not on stage.
That's
because he
possibility.
seems way different off stage than he does on stage.
I didn't get to interact with him much off stage.
Yeah.
But his on stage was not my gig at all.
Right. Lauren's getting her podcast going. I think she said she was going to drop it on the 13th.
Okay.
So, going to see if she wants to come back and do like a dual kind of thing
dual
here.
podcast, yeah.
Because I can send her, whatever episode we do, I can email this to her when we record it. I want to see if Aaron wants to come on. Aaron Lang, the one that won the last one.
Yeah.
I think he'd be an awesome guest. I mean, retired fucking whatever the fuck he did in the Army, plus an Olympic skeet shooter, plus a comedian. Like, I think that'd be a lot of fun. He's popping up on my people you may know now, so I may,
I saw that
shoot
on
him a
mine.
message.
I saw that on mine as well.
And then who else said they? Oh, Danny, the ventriloquist. She still wants to come.
Yeah, she still wants to come down.
I need to reach out to her.
What's his nuts? I was going to say Ezekiel, but it's not it.
Israel,
yes. Israel said he wanted. He told me this last time when he did the. I won last week, so I get to do an extra show while they're debating.
when he got his 15-minute.
Yep.
his
After
15-minute
that,
deal.
he was when I was getting ready to go. He said he wanted to talk to us about coming on.
Yeah. I want to see.
I
if,
think he would be fucking hilarious.
Oh
to
yeah,
come on.
oh yeah, for sure. I want to see if Andrew wants to come on too. The guy that one of the other people from My Peacock, the guy that owns Avenue Tattoo,
Yes.
that is also Comedy Avenue on Sundays.
Right. Yeah.
I want to see if he wants to come on because I think they do a podcast, or they just did or they recorded an episode with Lauren.
Well,
one of the two. I don't remember which one it was.
I
did throw out an idea to Matt, and I'm pretty sure I told you about it. Doing the Try Not to Laugh
bet
challenge.
you can't laugh. Yeah.
Yeah, the Try Not to Laugh challenge with some comics, and having him pick like himself, and then 3 other ones, and have them do kind of a face off on it.
How would we do that though?
Well, that would be
Like the podcast we've seen.
Yeah, kind of, but that one
Australian one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one I don't think we would do that one as a we might record it for the audio part, and it'd just be a lot of editing. I think that one would be more. We'll record everything on video, and then cut together all the
And then cut it together,
all
yes.
the good shit.
Yes.
I just think that'd be fun, and we'll have and we'll get the cheapest fucking liquor we can because we'll do it. We'll
If you laugh, you get a drink.
yeah. You laugh, you take a shot, and it's going to be bad fucking liquor.
Old granddad.
Yeah.
We walk in. Okay, we have $30, so we need 5 pints.
Right? No, fucking not even that, dude. We could just do a handle of fucking $8 fucking vodka.
Wow.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think that would be a lot of fun. It could be shot from a couple of different perspectives, and subject matter is open.
Yeah. Yeah, have them, give them some time and, be like, look, in a week, this is what we're doing.
Get your
You
shit
guys
ready.
take a week. This is going to be the 4 comics. Write jokes about or shit that you think is going to make any of them laugh. Have you 10, 15 jokes for each one. That way, whoever you've got to sit next to and do it like a round robin kind of thing or like a bracket style.
Right.
So, and then have the champion that wins a crisp high five.
Yeah, but where are we going to hold it?
Here.
Here? Okay.
Right fucking here.
All right.
That'd be easy to
Yeah,
do.
there's 4 mics. We already know our setup of our layout of cameras.
Yeah, we could do it right fucking here. We could have somebody sitting where you're sitting, somebody sitting right there, where they got to look each other in the fucking in the eye meet.
Yep. I think yeah. That definitely sounds like a lot.
And then we can just have us. We'll fucking mute the other mics. That way, any background noise you get is literally just background noise from those.
Right.
I think that'd be a lot of fun. So,
You know what? You better text Spaz and say, "Hey, so did you energize this particular drink for us? Because we actually need to know."
you catching a little bit of a second wind there?
No, I don't know. I'm a little spinny, but we've not had enough to drink to make me spinny. You know what I mean?
That's true. She probably did. That son of a bitch.
She probably did out of habit. Because, like, when I asked for that second drink when we were doing the live, I had to specifically tell them, no energy.
Right.
And, like, but all you're getting is flavored water. That's fine. I'm okay with that.
I just put it on. I put it on ours.
No energy. No.
Oh yeah. Speaking of, I'm going to change her nickname.
Oh, I was going to do that today, and I forgot also. I thought about doing it
Nickname.
twice, but I was doing other stuff, too, when I thought about it.
Spaz. S-P-A-Z.
Yeah, our hats, all of our ball caps will have our names on them. So Drax, Romeo, Aces, Spaz.
All right, we'll see if she responds.
Hey, I need to ask her, too. Does she want a pink buck you hat, or does she want a black buck you hat like we're getting?
I bet black.
Or the camo.
I bet black, but I don't know.
I don't know.
My money's on black. It's like roulette.
I like us to do camo, but that's literally twice as expensive as just the black.
I'd say the first round's all black ones, and then we can go from there if we want a different one.
Right.
So, I guess I can just listen for your ding if it goes off on that one.
Yeah, you can. It's like the, first few episodes in the studio. We were all like, okay, everybody turn their phones off. And then we were all having issues with turning phones off and making it quiet or whatnot. I'm like, I finally give it up. No, fuck it. My phone goes off, it goes off.
Right.
I don't always look at it because we're doing this. And I don't always need to look at it.
Yeah.
But if it goes off, it goes off. I'm sitting in a bar.
Right.
For Christ's sake. Yes, this is a bar.
It is. I mean, it's...
I am going to do the new video tomorrow, by the
It
way.
is a
Since
bar.
I have it nice and
Oh, yeah.
done like this, I'm going to go ahead and do the new video.
Hell yeah.
And some pictures that you can pick and choose from.
Nice. Leave the Krakens in the box, too. Like, just kind of have them
On
kind
the
of like
bar?
they are now. Just kind of like sit over there where they're...
kind of push them, but so
Yeah.
they're there, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm going to make the video. I'm going to put it up on TikTok and just not really give a shit on that one. I mean, because, yeah, the little bullshit, the foam in the door. It's a fucking garage.
Well, your flip out does wide angle, right? Mm-hmm. So, like, you can stand in the corner and get a...
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You can also do panoramic, too.
Yeah, mine won't. I tried the panoramic. I even did the app.
Well, it's because it
Wouldn't
takes
do
like
panoramic.
fucking 40 pictures. All
And
right
mine
there.
won't hold that.
So,
So how about this? Not tonight, but, tomorrow night or Thursday night. Come over in the evening, because I don't want to do it during the daytime. There's too much glare.
yeah.
Come over in the evening, because then you can also, if you're going to do the panoramic, you can get the skull. I'll have it reset,
Right.
and then we'll have you do it off yours. Because if you can do the panoramic, then that's going to be a better presentation
Oh, yeah.
than what's going to come off of mine. Mine's not horrible, but it'll be a better presentation.
Right.
Mine's good for long stills. It doesn't do wide angle.
Right.
So.
Hell yeah. Okay. So we've got things going on in the studio. Nothing between any of us. But we got one of the brothers is having a time, and we're going to go ahead and end this here. Bad news and all that kind of, my gut reaction wants to say, all that good stuff, but it's not good things. So we're going to end this one here. We may come back on to record here in a little bit after we let him talk and vent and get all his emotions out. But we're going to trail off from where we ended and where we went on our little break. So, per normal, we love all you guys that are listeners. Yeah, we might love you. We might like you. In fact, we might not do either one of those. But we're going to get out of here. So, see you fuckers.
Deuces.